Today children I am going to teach you animal nutrition, right? सबसे पहले एनिमल में न्यूट्रिशन कैसा टाइप का होता है. सबसे पहले you have already done nutrition. Today we are doing animal nutrition. Now animal nutrition is broadly classified into three types, right? One of them is called as saprozoic nutrition, right? The other is called as holozoic nutrition, and the third is called as parasitic nutrition. अब एनिमल न्यूट्रिशन इतने टाइप्स में क्यों बटे हुए हैं? सिंपल रीजन इज डिफरेंट एनिमल्स दे लिव इन डिफरेंट एनवायरनमेंट. अलग अलग एनिमल अलग अलग एनवायरनमेंट में रहते हैं. उनके बॉडी की कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी अलग है. अगर बॉडी की कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी अलग होगी तो किसी भी रिसोर्स को यूटिलाइज करने की कैपेसिटी अलग होगी. अगेन आई से दिस, योर एबिलिटी to exploit the resources around you directly depends on the complexity of the body, the place where you stay, the type of food you are taking. Since दुनिया में सारे animals तो नहीं, all those other than plants, most all animals are heterotroph. और अभी animal nutrition नहीं, actually I'm sorry, this should have been, today I am teaching you heterotrophic nutrition, right? I am teaching you heterotrophic nutrition. तो पहले तो आ जाए what is heterotrophic nutrition? That type of nutrition where we depend on plants directly or indirectly for a food. Those organisms which do not make their own food, do not make their own food first. Second, they depend directly or indirectly on plants for their nutrition. Or indirectly. Now what do I mean by directly or indirectly on plants for their nutrition? So now let us see this. See, this is a plant, right? This plant is eaten by grasshopper, and the grasshopper is eaten by frog. So in this case, the grasshopper is dependent on the plant directly. The frog is taking its nutrition from grasshopper, which in turn is taking from plants, so it is indirectly depending on plants. All those organisms which do not make their own food and they directly or indirectly depend on plants for their food, such animals are called as heterotroph, and the mode of nutrition is called as heterotrophic nutrition. These heterotrophs जो अपना खाना नहीं बना पाते. Now heterotrophs दुनिया में कौन कौन है? Most of the animals on this earth, they are other than plants, they are heterotrophs. How? पहले तो ये जान लो heterotroph में आता कौन है? I think in your class 11 you are not taught like this, but मैं आपको बताती हूँ. आपको पता है इस दुनिया में जितनी भी organism हैं, basically they have been divided into 5 kingdom. This is kingdom Monera, which includes the bacteria. This is Protista. This includes amoeba-like organism. This is fungi. This is plants, and this is animals. Right? Only few Protista, few Monera, few Protista, and plants are autotroph. Only this many organisms in दुनिया में autotroph है बेटा. Right? Only they are autotrophs. All remaining organisms, which includes the remaining Monera, the remaining Protista, all the fungi and all the animals, they are basically heterotrophs, right? That means they cannot make their own food. They directly or indirectly depends on the autotroph for their food. सबसे पहले तो ये समझो, आपको पता है न्यूट्रिशन दो तरह का होता है. One is autotrophic nutrition, we have already done it. The other is heterotrophic nutrition. Those organisms which cannot make their own food, they depend on these autotrophs directly or indirectly for their food. They are called as heterotrophs. Now who are heterotrophs? Almost other than green plants, only some plant, some Protista and some Monera are autotroph. Other than that, the entire kingdom fungi, the entire kingdom Animalia, plus most of the Protista and most of the Monerans, यानी कि bacteria, they are all heterotroph. अब आप देख सकते हैं इन सारे ऑर्गेनिजम्स के बॉडी की कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी क्या है, इट इज चेंजिंग, द बॉडी कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी चेंजेस। कहाँ पे मोनेरा बैक्टीरिया है, प्रोटिस्टा में एमीबा आता है, फंजाई में ईस्ट है, एंड एनिमल्स में ह्यूमन आता है। सिंस सबकी बॉडी की कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी अलग है, ऑब्वियसली उनके टाइप ऑफ फूड खाने के चॉइसेस अलग है, हेंस हेटेरोट्रोफिक न्यूट्रिशन के भी बहुत सारे टाइप्स होते हैं। सो व्हाट आर द टाइप्स ऑफ हेटेरोट्रोफिक न्यूट्रिशन? Heterotrophic nutrition is basically divided into 3 types. One is called as saprozoic nutrition, the other is called holozoic nutrition, and the third is called as parasitic nutrition. Now let me first come to what is saprozoic and what is holozoic nutrition. In this type of nutrition, the ready-made food that we take from the plants, suppose ये हमें plant से food मिला, this food is digested, दोनों में common चीज क्या है? The food is digested with the help of enzymes, right? दोनों में ही the food is digested with the help of enzymes, but there is one main difference. And what is the main difference? These organisms make the enzyme outside their body. Outside body में ये enzyme बनाते हैं, ये food को भी outside digest करते हैं, and once the food is digested, then they take it inside their body. जबकि होलोजोइक न्यूट्रिशन में द एंजाइम्स आर मेड इनसाइड द बॉडी, सो अंदर ही अंदर वंस द फूड इज डाइजेस्टेड द फूड इज अब्सॉर्ब्ड, राइट, द फूड इज अब्सॉर्ब्ड एंड सेंड टू द डिफरेंट सेल्स ऑफ द बॉडी, राइट। फिर से देख लो दोनों में क्या है, the mode of nutrition is such, they take plant food, both of them they digest the food with the help of enzymes, but saprotrophs they make this enzyme outside their body and then they break it down. Once the food is broken down, they absorb the broken down food. जबकि holozoic nutrition में the food is taken, हम लोग क्या करते हैं, food को खाते हैं, stomach में हमारे digestive system में enzyme बनता है, these enzymes they break down the food and once the food is broken down, then it is absorbed and sent to the different cells of the body, right? Now who are parasites? Now parasites are those organisms which neither they make their own food, neither they digest it, right? They take ready-made digested food from other organisms. In other organisms को हम लोग कहते हैं host. Host is an English word which means मेजबान, हिंदी में कहते हैं ना, one is guest, जो आपके मेहमान आता है, एंड जो जिसके घर में आता है वो होस्ट होता है, मेजबान। So here I have a host organism. I derive ready-made, food from the host organism, and normally I harm the host जिससे हम लेते हैं। Parasites they suck ready-made food. They do not make the food, neither do they digest. They take ready-made food. They suck the ready-made food from the body of their host. Right? So चलिए हम एक-एक करके let us see. All of them, and then I will also give you some examples from all of them. So first we will go to holozoic nutrition. Now the saprozoic nutrition. Now saprozoic nutrition, as you can see, it is very common in fungi. Saprotrophs में जो सबसे common example आता है that is fungi. Here there are some diagrams. I just want you to see this diagram. I'll just make them little big so that you can clearly see them. My first diagram is that of a bread mold. Think this fungi is called as bread mold. ठीक है, जिसको this is called as bread mold, जिसका scientific name है Rhizopus. ठीक, and this Rhizopus, now this is your mushroom. This is also a fungi, and this is yeast. This is also a fungi. Now, what they do, let us try to find out. What they do is, they will make, say, this is I'm talking about the bread. So this is the bread. Now, what they will do is, they will make their digestive enzyme. They will release it around. They will break down this food matter, and once the food is broken down, ये तो मिट्टी में पाए जाते हैं, इसलिए ये soil को भी enrich करते हैं. The soil gets enriched because some of the nutrient is lost in the soil, while the remaining they absorb it for themselves, right? Such organisms are called as saprotrophs. right? And you have to learn 3 examples. अगर आपको बोर्ड एग्जाम में फुल मार्क्स लाना है, please remember not to forget any of the examples or any of the line or any of the word that is given in your NCERT. So 3 example, what did I tell you? One is this rhizopus, you can see this. This is also called as bread mold. जो bread में फफूंद लग जाता है, अभी fungus लग जाता है during this rainy season, that is the bread mold. This is due to a fungi called as rhizopus or bread mold. This is your mushrooms. They are also fungi. They are also decomposers. They are also saprotrophs. And this is your yeast, right? So now that we have seen this, now next we will move to the holozoic mode of nutrition. ठीक है? अच्छा, the holozoic mode of nutrition में there is I'll just come to one page. Holozoic mode of nutrition में I will teach you in detail. ये आपको detail में पढ़ना है. In holozoic mode of nutrition, one common example is amoeba, right? The amoeba digests, takes the food inside the body. ये फूड अंदर में लेगा, अंदर लेने के बाद इस फूड को वो ब्रेक डाउन करेगा, ब्रेक डाउन करने विद द हेल्प ऑफ एंजाइम एंड देन इट विल अब्सॉर्ब. Another important example of holozoic mode of nutrition is human beings. We are also holozoic. Holozoic we will study it in detail, right? अब आ जाते हैं next. मैंने कौन सा mode of nutrition आपको बताया? The next mode of nutrition is your parasitic mode of nutrition. So now let us come with some examples also. Parasites are those organisms which take ready-made food from the body of the host. Now let me give you the examples जो आपको याद करना है. One example is Cuscuta, जिसको हम लोग अमर बेल भी बोलते हैं. I really want you to see this diagram. थोड़ा ऐसे बड़ा करके I want you to see them. Look at this. This is also called as अमर बेल. आपने देखा होगा बहुत सारे प्लांट्स में, देखिए एक प्लांट ग्रो कर रहा है एंड उसमें यू विल फाइंड अ वेरी थिन वायर टाइप ऑफ प्लांट, एकदम ऐसे नेट बना लेता है. सी दिस इज द मेन प्लांट और उसमें देखिए ये Cuscuta का प्लांट है. ठीक, जस्ट लुक एट दिस. दिस इज द Cuscuta का प्लांट एंड हाउ इट हैज it is very it is actually like this. ये जो आपको फोटो दिख रहा है, this is how you know actually Cuscuta looks like. Let me draw this color. This is how the Cuscuta. See, ये main plant का body है, उसके ऊपर ये ऐसे अपने आप को लपेटे हुए. This one, you know, ये the greenish one. And what it does is this Cuscuta, say this is the main plant and this is the Cuscuta. The Cuscuta sends one of its roots inside the host. किसमें? phloem में, because the phloem takes the food and from there it sucks the ready-made food. So even some plants are parasitic. The example of that parasitic plant is your Cuscuta, as I showed you. ठीक? So I want you to see this. See, this is Cuscuta. You can have a closer look at this plant, how it actually looks and how it affects the various plants. So one example आपको बता दिए plant. There are a lot of examples you have to learn in parasites. So one of them was Cuscuta, the other is ticks. Ticks, you can see once again, these are your arthropods. Just see them. I'm making a little bigger. These are some arthropods. See how they pierce our body, and then they, you know, take out the blood from them. See here. यहाँ देखो, I'm drawing it big. कैसे हमारे skin के अंदर ये घुस गया? This ticks. And they take ready-made food, they suck up blood. So you have to do this second example. One example was Cuscuta in plants. This is an insect, that is ticks. After ticks, now I'll show you the next example that you have to know. That is the head lice, जो सिर में जुएं हो जाती है. Now let us see this also. Now this is just showing the hair of a person which has, you know, small lice, and this is how it actually looks in a magnified view. Magnified में देखिए आपका ऐसा दिखता है, this lice. So this is another example of, you know, this is a human parasite. Tick was also a human parasite. Ticks are also found in dogs. जैसे हम में lice पाया जाता है ना, वैसे dogs में ज़्यादा ticks पाए जाते हैं. ठीक? So they take, you know, ready-made food from our body. So learn these examples. I just downloaded them for you. Some of the photographs. Now this is a tapeworm. हम यहाँ लिखे tapeworm and you know leeches. So first look at this tapeworm. यहाँ देखो. ये एकदम ऐसे टेप जैसा ही होता है, ऐसे लगेगा एंड ये हमारे इंटेस्टाइन में पाया जाता है. सी हियर it is showing it is found within our intestine and it takes ready-made nutrition from our body. So next example that you will learn is your tapeworm in parasites. ठीक, now again tapeworm is a human parasite. इसको देखो, कभी देखा है? This is leech, right? See, this is leech. This leech also sucks blood from our body when, you know, they live in fresh water. बहुत सारे फिशरमैन when they go to just go for fishing, they enter into the pond, or washermen when they enter, they will just stick on your body and they will start sucking blood. So this is another example of parasite, that is parasitic mode of nutrition, right? So with this we have done the modes of nutrition that you have to study. Let us come to this once again. I am teaching you Holozoic mode of nutrition. This is that type of nutrition where the food is we take ready-made food, where we do not take the food, we depend directly or indirectly on the plants. Since that this is found in almost all the animals, all the fungi and other groups of organism as well. So depending on the complexity of the organism, the type of food they eat, the type of environment they live, the Holozoic mode of nutrition can be either saprozoic, heterotrophic mode of nutrition may be saprozoic, holozoic or parasitic. Saprotrophs are those organisms, they are also called as decomposers. They make enzymes outside their body and then they digest and they take it ready-made. In holozoic, we take food inside the body, we make enzymes, we digest it, then we absorb. Parasites, they take their ready-made digested food from their host. Right? We also went for some examples. In saprozoic, come on, you will repeat with me. We're on your own. कौन से 3 example हमने पढ़ा? हमने sapro. In your NCERT, there are 3 example. That is, one is bread mold. You want to see it again? One of the example was bread mold, the other was mushroom, and the third was yeast. Then in case of parasite, holozoic nutrition, you have to do human and amoeba. And then in case of parasitic mode of nutrition, this is Cuscuta, which is found in plants. This is your, we call it as ticks. Then this is your lice, again human parasite. Then this is your tapeworm and leech. Now we will go for holozoic nutrition. I told you I am going to teach you holozoic nutrition in detail. ठीक है? Holozoic nutrition में the most primitive organism on the earth जो holozoic nutrition करता है, the most primitive one, that is your amoeba. Amoeba एक बहुत, this is the most primitive organism which does holozoic nutrition, and the most advanced में है आपका humans. तो आपके NCERT में human and amoeba, you must have wondered. साइंस के स्टूडेंट है ना, सोचा करो आपको होलोजोइक न्यूट्रिशन में amoeba and human का ही क्यों पढ़ना है? Why not any other organism? Because amoeba represents the oldest, the most primitive organism which is showing holozoic, and human is the most advanced. So you can know a contrast. दोनों ही holozoic कर रहे हैं. कहाँ एक single cell का amoeba, right? ये भी holozoic nutrition करता है. कहाँ इतना complicated human being. ठीक, so most primitive and most advanced, ये दोनों आपको पढ़ना है. That is why you have to study amoeba and humans. Humans में holozoic nutrition I am going to take you in the next lecture. Today I am going to teach you holozoic nutrition in amoeba, and I am also going to complete it. Then we will go into the NCERT to see what is there in your NCERT. याद रखना, holozoic nutrition किसी भी organism में होगा, be it a human being or be it an amoeba, single cell amoeba, it hardly matters. Holozoic nutrition के 5 steps होते हैं, right? What are the 5 steps? Let me write it. The first step is ingestion. ठीक. The second step is digestion. ठीक. The third step is absorption. कोई भी organism, चाहे वो amoeba हो, चाहे वो human हो, अगर holozoic nutrition करता है, the third step is absorption. The fourth step is assimilation. और मैं आपको पांचों का मतलब भी समझाऊंगी. The fourth step is assimilation, and the fifth step is egestion. These are the 5 steps in any organism जो holozoic nutrition करता है. चाहे वो amoeba ही क्यों नहीं हो, जो सबसे primitive है, चाहे वो हम ही क्यों नहीं हो, human being, ये स्टेप पांचों वही होंगे. ये अलग बात है, उन पांचों स्टेप को करने के लिए हमारे बॉडी का ऑर्गन सिस्टम इज मोर कॉम्प्लेक्स. amoeba has a simple organ and we do it with a complex organ. Amoeba does it with a very simple step. Our steps are complicated, but the steps are the same. And what are those 5 steps I told you? Ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and egestion. Now let me explain you, right, one step at a time. मैं आपको एक एक करके एक एक स्टेप आपको बताती हूँ. Now listen, I told you how many steps are there? 5 steps. What are the 5 steps? We will do it once again. First is ingestion. Then we will see amoeba ये पांचों स्टेप कैसे करता है and human being ये पांचों स्टेप कैसे करते हैं. ये हम लोग पढ़ेंगे वही 5 स्टेप. Then we will make a contrast how amoeba performs these 5 steps and how as humans we perform this 5 step. तो ingestion means taking enough food. ये बाहर से सबसे पहले अगर बॉडी के अंदर फूड डाइजेस्ट करना है तो सबसे पहले तो फूड को अंदर लेना होगा ना. That process by which the food is taken inside the body, that is called as ingestion. अब ये ingestion करने के तरीके अलग-अलग हो सकते हैं. Human being do it with the help of hands. We take the food, we put it inside the body, and amoeba does it with the help of pseudopodia, right? But the first step will be ingestion. The process can be different. Once we have taken the food inside, this complex food is digested into the simpler form. This process by which the complex food, say in the form of starch, is broken down in the simple form, say in the form of glucose, or the complex food in the form of protein has been broken down into the simple form, say the amino acid, or the complex food, say in the form of fat, has been broken down into fatty acids and glycerol, whatever. I'm just showing the different methods. This method by which the complex food that we take, it is broken down into simpler forms. This is called as digestion. Digestion के बाद होता है absorption. ठीक, अब जब ये हमने digest कर लिया, अब इसको हम absorb करेंगे. कौन absorb करेगा? It will be absorbed by blood vessels in our cases. अब amoeba में कैसे absorption होता है वो हम देखेंगे. And after absorbing, this food will be sent to each and every cell of our body. That process by which the food that is broken down in the digestive system is absorbed and sent to every part of the body so that the digested food can be utilized, that step is called as absorption. After absorption, the next step is assimilation. Assimilation का मतलब क्या है? Assimilation. Once the food has reached the different cells of our body, so this is the cell, the food that is glucose has come here. This glucose needs to be broken down into carbon dioxide and water so that the purpose of taking food, that is release of energy or ATP, is done. This process by which the food is utilized in the cell for growth and development. ये जो हम food को cell में भेज दिए, इस food को जो हम utilize करते हैं for growth and development, this process of utilization is called as assimilation, right? अब हो गया. And the last step is egestion. जो आपका खाना digest नहीं हुआ, that undigested food is removed to the outside by a process called as egestion. ठीक है, यानी कि न्यूट्रिशन डज नॉट मीन खाना खाने को न्यूट्रिशन नहीं बोलते, खाने को तोड़ने को न्यूट्रिशन नहीं बोलते, द खाने को हर एक सेल तक पहुंचने को न्यूट्रिशन नहीं बोलते. जब तक उस खाने का एनर्जी हम यूटिलाइज नहीं कर ले उसको न्यूट्रिशन नहीं बोलते, बल्कि खाना खाने के बाद जो वेस्ट बचा उसको जब हम एनस से बाहर रिलीज करते हैं, देन द एंटायर प्रोसेस इज कॉल्ड एज न्यूट्रिशन. न्यूट्रिशन डज नॉट मीन जस्ट टेकिंग इनफ फूड, न्यूट्रिशन डज नॉट मीन डाइजेस्टिंग फूड, न्यूट्रिशन डजंट मीन यूटिलाइजिंग द फूड फॉर ग्रोथ एंड डेवलपमेंट. Utilization, nutrition will also include the removal of the undigested waste so that the process can continue forever. So I hope you understood what are the 5 steps of Holozoic nutrition. Now that you know these 5 steps of Holozoic nutrition, since amoeba is performing Holozoic nutrition, amoeba में भी ये 5 स्टेप होने चाहिए, एंड ह्यूमन बीइंग में भी होलोजोइक है, हम में भी ये 5 स्टेप होने चाहिए. डिफरेंस क्या है वही तो देखने में मजा आएगा कि amoeba इन 5 स्टेप को कैसे करता है, बिकॉज द ऑर्गेनिज्म इज वेरी सिंपल, यूनिसेलुलर, प्रिमिटिव, और हम जब इतने कॉम्प्लिकेटेड हो गए, हाउ डू वी परफॉर्म दीज 5 स्टेप्स. सो टुडे न्यूट्रिशन इन amoeba, वहां तक हम आपको पढ़ाएंगे. सो लेट अस नाउ मूव इनटू द डायग्राम फ्रॉम योर एनसीईआरटी which shows nutrition in amoeba. So if you remember, this is a diagram which I have taken from your NCERT. I'll just place it at one corner so that now I can use this board to explain this step. So first step आपका क्या होगा बेटा? Ingestion. So how does amoeba do the ingestion? You know that in amoeba, you know that the body has finger-like projections called as pseudopodia. Very good. This is my amoeba. The moment the food comes in contact with the amoeba, this amoeba extends its finger-like projections called as pseudopodia around the food. ये food के चारों तरफ लेकर जाता है. Then both the pseudopodia will come close to each other. They will meet each other. ये लोग एक दूसरे को meet करेंगे such that what now this will look like. This will look like something like this. ये हमारा amoeba है. ठीक है, ये आपका जो सूडो, आई विल शो इट दिस अनदर कलर राइट नाउ. ये जो आपका सूडोपोडिया बना था, ये देखिए दोनों सूडोपोडिया आपस में ऐसे जुड़ गए. They have joined and now this will unite over here. यहाँ पर ये unite हो जाएंगे such that the food will now come inside in the form of food vacuole. So this food now enters inside the body, and this food which I made in red in color, this has a layer of एमीबा का प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन. देखिए ये एमीबा का प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन है, ये प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन है ऐसा, एंड ये फिर प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन फ्यूज कर गया, फूड अंदर आ गया. सो द फूड का जो मेम्ब्रेन है, this is actually the membrane of the amoeba, and the food, this yellow color, now it has come inside. This structure within which the food has come inside, this is called as food vacuole. This is called as food vacuole, right? And this is your first step, which is also called as ingestion, the process by which amoeba takes in food. Now you will remember one thing. एमीबा एक यूनिसेलर ऑर्गेनिज्म है, राइट? इसीलिए इसमें कोई डेफिनेट माउथ नहीं है. हमारे बॉडी में फूड को लेने का एक डेफिनेट स्पॉट है जिसको हम कहते हैं माउथ. हाँ, हम यहीं से फूड ले सकते हैं, हम यहाँ से नहीं ले सकते, हम यहाँ से नहीं ले सकते. इन कॉन्ट्रास्ट एमीबा में इट कैन टेक फूड फ्रॉम एनी डायरेक्शन. ये वाला सूडोपोडिया भी फूड ले सकता था, ये भी ले सकता था. दे डू नॉट हैव एनी फिक्स्ड माउथ. वैसे एक और यूनिसेलर ऑर्गेनिज्म है, बट ग्रेजुअली एवोल्यूशन में क्या हुआ, इन एमीबा द फूड कैन बी टेकन फ्रॉम एनी स्पॉट ऑन द सरफेस, बट ग्रेजुअली हमारे तक आते आते वी मेड अ डेफिनेट पार्ट टू टेक इन द फूड. बट एमीबा में ही there is another unicellular organism called as paramecium. I'll just draw the diagram of that unicellular organism, right? So where should I draw? I'll draw it here. This is called as paramecium. This is also a unicellular organism. इसको हम sleeper animalcule भी बोलते हैं. This is my paramecium, जिसको हम sleeper animalcule भी कहते हैं क्योंकि ये चप्पल जैसा दिखता है. So we call it sleeper. Animalcule means a small animal. Though they are also unicellular, but in them they develop fixed spot called as hypostome or mouth through which they take food. That means nature में this is, and how do they take food? Their entire body is ciliated. इसके बॉडी में खूब ऐसे ऐसे सीलिया होता है, ठीक है? They have a lot of cilia on the body. Also they have cilia across this mouth or the hypostome. So what happens? These are aquatic organisms. They stay in water. तो ये पानी में रहते हैं. Just drawing the water. ठीक है? What happens? The cilia moves. Cilia के movement से water में क्या होता है? Current बनता है, भंवर. There is a current, and they with the current what they happen? They suck the food. If the food is there, it will go on moving, and thus it will enter their body. Right? So though amoeba is unicellular and paramecium is unicellular, in amoeba there is no fixed place to take in food, that is do ingestion, but there is another unicellular, that means nature ने gradually ingestion का point fix कर दिया right at the beginning itself, right? So paramecium में याद रखना, there is a fixed mouth, it is also unicellular, but they take in food with the help of cilia. By the movement of cilia they take in the food. Anyways, this process by which I am talking about unicellular organism, the first step is going to be ingestion, that is called as ingestion. Great. Once the amoeba has taken food, so I am now going to do this. Now what will happen? They will release digestive enzymes within this food. ठीक है? इस food vacuole में ये digestive enzymes बनाएगा. ठीक? So let me draw it once again since I am doing the next step. I'll just draw it here. So इसके अंदर में यहाँ पर आपका food vacuole है, जिसके अंदर में आपका food है, ठीक? And it has made digestive enzymes. With the help of this digestive enzyme, this food will be actually broken down. ठीक? This breaking down of food with the help of enzyme within the food vacuole, this is called as your next step. That is your ingestion के बाद हो गया next आपका, that is digestion. So digestion takes place where? Within the food vacuole. Now next third step क्या है आपका? Absorption. So I am going to draw absorption in this diagram only. Absorption में क्या होगा? Once the food is digested, this food will be absorbed by the cell. See this. This will be absorbed into the cytoplasm. This एक unicellular organism है ना, तो absorb करके भेजना क्या है? At the most भेजना क्या है? Cytoplasm में. This is called as absorption. My next step is assimilation, which also I am going to draw here only. Now my next step is assimilation. Now this absorbed food, जो यहाँ पर आपका food particle आया, this will be broken down and used for growth and development. This is called as assimilation. जैसे जैसे I will draw the diagram of the amoeba. जैसे जैसे food vacuole में खाना absorb होगा, the food vacuole का size will go on shrinking. It will go on shrinking like this. Inside me, this is my food vacuole. Now it has become smaller, and by the time the entire digested food is released to the outside, this is my food. ठीक है, it has been digested and sent to the outside. Now whatever that is left inside, this is just your waste. ठीक है, and ये क्या होगा? Now this will move towards the surface. ये आपका ऐसे surface में आएगा, हमको बार-बार कलर बदलना पड़ रहा है. This will come to the surface. Once it comes to the surface, what will happen? Now this waste will be released to the outside through this pseudopodia. This will break open, this will be released to the outside, and this process is called as your fifth process, that is your egestion. So this is your fifth process, that is egestion. Now let us observe these steps in your NCERT. See, this is ingestion. The food particle is being taken with the help of pseudopodia, and this food goes inside and it is packed inside with the help of food particle. So this is ingestion. उसके बाद सब यही दिखा दिया. This is your digestion, absorption, egestion. I think there should have been more diagrams over here. Anyways, whatever we have learned right now, now we are just going to see the same through your NCERT. हमने आज क्या पढ़ा? हमने पढ़ा सबसे पहले, just have a good look at your NCERT. We studied सबसे पहले heterotrophic nutrition. Now this will come, beta. You will learn every line of your NCERT well. No one in the world can actually stop you, right, from getting you full marks in your exam. So please see that organism, different organisms are adapted to its environment. The form of nutrition differs. Why is heterotrophic nutrition के various types है? Because the type, availability of food and how organism obtain it is different. दुनिया में अलग अलग ऑर्गेनिज्म हैं, उनके एनवायरनमेंट अलग है, द टाइप, द वे बाय विच दे टेक इन फूड दैट इज डिफरेंट. फॉर एग्जांपल कह रहा है ग्रास इज स्टेशनरी, डियर इज मोबाइल, सो ऑब्वियसली दे विल हैव अ डिफरेंट मोड ऑफ न्यूट्रिशन देन अ काउ एंड लायन एक्सेट्रा. यहाँ से कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं आएगा, दिस इज जस्ट फॉर रीडिंग. यहाँ से इट इज वेरी 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 इंपॉर्टेंट. यहाँ पर the range of strategies by which the food is taken is different. Now first, some organism they break down food material outside the body and then they absorb it. आप अपने NCERT में यहाँ पर margin में please write it that this is saprozoic. In your NCERT they have described saprozoic but they have not written the word saprozoic, so you can write it here. And इसके example में है fungi like bread mold, yeast and mushroom. Please write saprozoic over here. उसके बाद लिखा है others they take in food and break it inside their body. ठीक? Now those who take this is your holozoic. So please in your NCERT in the margin write holozoic here, and though no example is given, you can add two example here. One is amoeba, क्योंकि आपको आगे पढ़ना है. The other is paramecium, जो आगे आपके NCERT में you can please write it in your margin, and third write humans. ठीक है, ये अपने NCERT में लिख लो. And what is the third type of nutrition, beta? The third type of nutrition, I'll show it with the third color. This is some organism they derive nutrition from plants and animals without killing them. These are parasites. सिर्फ parasite का नाम लिखा हुआ है. इसके एग्जाम्पल में देखिए लिखा है Cuscuta amarbae. Very important question. Name a plant which lives like a parasite. Then ticks, lice, leeches and tapeworm. Please write these things in the margin and learn them as well. Now let us come to nutrition in amoeba. How do organisms they take? See, this is the figure. This is quite an incomplete figure. मैंने आपको सारे स्टेप दिखाए, यहाँ तो इंजेक्शन के बाद का स्टेप दिखाया नहीं है, हार्डली मैटर्स। बोर्ड एग्जाम में यू ड्रॉ दिस, स्कूल के एग्जाम में यू ड्रॉ दिस, यू नॉट ड्रॉ व्हाट आई हैव शोन यू, यू आर गोइंग टू ड्रॉ विच इज इन योर एनसीईआरटी। नाउ कम हियर, नाउ इन एमीबा सिंस इट इज होलोजोइक न्यूट्रिशन, तो आपके एनसीईआरटी में पांचों स्टेप को डिस्क्राइब किया, लिखा नहीं है, सो यू विल एड इट। मैं जैसे जैसे बताऊंगी आप लिख लेना। In single cell organism, the food may be taken by the entire body, right? This step by which you take in food, this is called as ingestion. You are studying holozoic nutrition. This ऊपर में लिख सकते हो, holozoic nutrition in unicellular organism like amoeba, unicellular organisms like amoeba. ये है इस पैराग्राफ में। The first step is ingestion, ठीक? But as the complexity increases, specialized part, आपको पता हमने माउथ आ गया, यहीं पर देखो नीचे में आपको आएगा name a unicellular organism जहां पर the entire body से फूड लिया जाता है, that is your amoeba, and one unicellular जहां पर there is a fixed place जहां से आप फूड लेते हैं, that is paramecium. Very important 1 mark question. Question ये आएगा, name a unicellular organism which takes food from the entire surface, amoeba, and one unicellular where food is taken from a fixed spot, that is paramecium. एक और क्वेश्चन आ सकता है, how does paramecium take in food? मैंने बताया था, they have cilia, इसके मूवमेंट से they bring the food towards their mouth. So this is ingestion जो मैंने रेड से मार्क किया है, ठीक? This is all about your ingestion. Now let me do the next part. This is your इंजेक्शन को फर्दर डिस्क्राइब किया है। एनीबा में दे हैव फिंगर लाइक एक्सटेंशंस जिससे वो फूड वैक्यूल बनाते हैं। दिस इज योर फर्स्ट स्टेप। नाउ नेक्स्ट स्टेप इज डाइजेशन। इनसाइड द फूड वैक्यूल कॉम्प्लेक्स सब्सटेंसेस आर ब्रोकन इनटू सिंपलर वंस। दिस इज योर नेक्स्ट स्टेप, दैट इज डाइजेशन। आप यहाँ पर मार्जिन में इसको लिख लो, दिस इज द सेकंड स्टेप, दैट इज डाइजेशन। नाउ कम टू द थर्ड। नाउ दिस विल डिफ्यूज इनटू द साइटोप्लाज्म, right? This is your third step, that is absorption. This is your third step, that is absorption. ठीक? उसके बाद एक step यहाँ लिखा नहीं है, so you can just put a star over here and write the fourth step. ठीक? The food is broken down in the cell. Food is broken down in the cell. ये मार्जिन में कहीं लिख लो, broken down in the cell. Just let me remove it, in the cell and used for growth and development. This step is called as assimilation. एग्जाम में लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है बेटा, एग्जाम में उतना ही स्टेप लिखना जितना आपके एनसीईआरटी में, पर ये समझने के लिए क्योंकि इसको ह्यूमन से कंपेयर करेंगे, सो दिस स्टेप इज कॉल्ड एज assimilation. फोर्थ स्टेप आपके एनसीईआरटी से पूरी तरह से हटा दिया गया है, ठीक है? एंड देन वी विल कम टू द फिफ्थ स्टेप. द फूड इज मूव्ड, the fifth step is the undigested food is then thrown out of the cell. This is the fifth step. This is called as egestion. ठीक, तो एक बार फिर से मार्क कर लो, एमीबा का फर्स्ट स्टेप यहाँ बगल में लिख लो, दिस इज इंजेक्शन. They take in food by their entire surface. They make finger-like, extensions, जिससे and they form food vacuole. यहाँ तक है first step ingestion. Inside the food vacuole, the food is broken down. This is the next step, that is digestion. This diffuses into the cytoplasm. This is the third step, that is absorption. The food is broken down in the cell and used for growth and development. This is the fourth step, that is assimilation. And the remaining undigested food is moved to the outside and thrown out. This is the fifth step, that is egestion. So now you understand what are the possible questions that are here. पहला क्वेश्चन आएगा, diagrammatically explain nutrition in amoeba, ये आपको आ सकता है, ठीक? सेकेंड आएगा कि यूनिसेलर ऑर्गेनिज्म में कैसे फूड लिया जाता है, नेम वन यूनिसेलर थ्रू बॉडी सरफेस एंड वन यूनिसेलर थ्रू माउथ, ये आ गया सेकेंड. थर्ड, व्हाट आर द स्टेप्स, राइट इट इन डिटेल्स. सो विद दैट I hope you understood. So we have completed holozoic nutrition. We have done heterotrophic nutrition, types of heterotrophic nutrition, and we have completed holozoic nutrition in amoeba. In next class, we are going to study holozoic nutrition in a human being, and we are going to study the same 5 steps and see how human beings they do it differently from amoeba. I hope you understood it well. So in my next lecture, we will go for the next topic. Till then, good luck and goodbye.